Hi Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and cross watchers, welcome. This is your April monthly love prediction reading. These are the main themes that you'll be experiencing or dealing with in love, maybe, in the month of April. But of course, only take what resonates. Don't let anything take from you. Remember that time is fluid and we all have free will, so we can't control other people. And I just want to say thank you for your energy exchange by putting into this reading with a like, a share, or comment. You're exchanging energy, so I really appreciate that. So we have 8th house and intimacy and square challenge, okay? So you may be dealing with some issues when it comes to connecting physically with someone. You may be missing someone. You may be exploring that, and there's like a 2 of Swords energy with this square and challenge, okay? So it feels like making a decision about someone. It could be making a decision to separate, and that's a challenge because you're so like enthralled with this person physically. Let's get some more information on this. Look, the 8th house can sometimes talk about things that are a little bit taboo as well. I'm actually getting the sense that for some of you, and this is very, very specific, for some of you, you may be experiencing someone's unwanted attention, okay? So just be very careful with that. That came up. But this is obviously about sex, death, transformation, occult, magic, taboos, that kind of thing, okay? And the challenge, of course, is sounding an alarm. It's like something needs your attention. Something is struggling, something needs to reorient, something is hurting, and it needs to be worked out. It needs to be reconciled, okay? So what is this situation about? Wow, these are very similar message. All the fire signs are kind of getting the same kind of message at the moment. What is going on? One more card, please, Spirit. I like the way they bounced out, so I'm actually going to pop them there and just start with this message. You may have just experienced an intense breakup, or you may be feeling very overburdened by a decision that needs to be made. Again, with the 2 of Swords, it just feels like a decision that needs to be made about cutting someone or something off from your supply, you know, from your hotness. I just have to say it because we don't want to get too 18 plus, but like, it's kind of been like an addiction almost. It's been frustrating that you know that you've been partaking in this energy and you're like, I really just need to put this down because it's becoming a burden that I'm not getting my needs met. And it could be that you're not getting your needs met intimately, or it could be that you're not getting your needs met in terms of support, because this person's got all that, everything they own, right? It's just like they're completely burdened. They've got some help from this like bullock kind of thing here, but it's just like, I need to pack my stuff and walk away from this because I need to put the sticks down. I need to put the flame down. I need to like cut off my supply. Okay. So either you need to cut off the supply that you are to someone, or you need to cut them off because, or they need to cut you off because it's just, there's something that's unsupported. And it's interesting because then you've got the 4 of Swords, and I do feel a sense of like that in that space, or in that silence, in that, I'm feeling like inside the square you'll be safe. Okay, now this is interesting side note. Inside the square you'll be safe. There's a sense of like you've lived outside the box for long enough. Okay, so if you there's something very Scorpionic about this. The Scorpio reading is kind of give me, I mean, you might have Scorpio rising or something like that. So make sure you are watching your sun, moon, and rising signs, and Venus sign too. There's something about you need to just like support yourself and nurture yourself and tend to matters of the heart, not so much matters of the skin and the flesh. Okay, it feels like you've had. It feels like you've had your fair share of victory here, if you know what I mean. And that sounds horrible. You've I don't know how to say this. My spirit guides are very cheeky. If you're new here, hi. Look, I think that it's again just cutting off that supply intimately. Okay, that's what I'm getting. The Six of Wands is usually victory. It's usually success. It's usually putting you in the spotlight. But I think you're like, enough, enough, enough. Now, again, with the message about someone potentially stalking you, if you have put yourself in the spotlight in some way, shape or form, possibly with one of those accounts, intimate accounts, you may actually be deciding to shut that down, because the burden of nurturing self whilst displaying this kind of persona, or displaying this flesh, I should say, has become a challenge that is no longer really serving your best and highest good, okay? And I think it's because you've got a lot of people who have been sneaky, deceitful, like trying to potentially steal your content, okay? So there is that side message. But if this is dealing directly with a relationship, a person, you're realizing that this person is no good for you. I feel like you've been saying this to yourself for so long, but now you're like really confronted with the decision that needs to be made, because you do want to be back winning at life, right? You want to be winning at life. And you're a Sagittarius, you like expansion. You know, the Six of Wands is your kind of energy, where you want to be seen and you want to be heard, and you want I'm getting really tongue-tied. This is a hard situation for you guys. It's a hard topic, okay? And I think that you want to win at life, but you've got to separate yourself. There's a sense of putting the burden down. I need more information. I'm going to address these in a second. Look, I think this is what, as she goes into it straight away. Look, I think that you know that you deserve to be like able to hold your head up high in the daylight, okay? That's for one thing. And you're also wanting to have a commitment. You're wanting to find a relationship that could possibly turn into marriage, or you're wanting to move in with someone. You're wanting to like, wow, this is so difficult to articulate without offending anyone. And my spirit guides have now just stopped being completely cheeky, and they're actually like facts, okay? So there is a bit of a situation happening here for some of you, and that's very, very specific. And like I've said, for everyone so far this month, these readings have been so specific, okay? So I'd be very interested to see how this relates. And sometimes I say things that I don't hone in on, but it's just that one sentence that you're like, I actually know how this relates for me, okay? So don't just take what I say and the threads that I follow as your message completely. If there's one part of it, then you need to extrapolate that for how it relates in your life, okay? I just felt like I needed to expand on that. I really sense that you want to set yourself free so that you can, and there's a real, look at this real sense of freedom here. And I think you maybe had, you maybe come into this intimate situation here with hopes that it would be sunnier, that it would be happier, that it would make you happier, and that it would make you tap into your playful, joyful, carefree side. But in fact, I think it became a burden, and you wanted to actually retreat from the world because of this. You actually didn't feel like you were getting anywhere with it. In fact, you felt exposed, vulnerable, and taken advantage of, okay? So it's a tough situation, okay? You can understand that it's giving me the creeps. Like, it's a tough situation that you really didn't expect to turn out like that. And this is what you're wanting. You're wanting to set yourself free. So how is Sagittarius going to be able to do that in the month of April, please, Spirit? How is Sagittarius going to be able to overcome this challenge? You might need to lean on some friends, okay? You might need to also, and that did want to pop out. Let's just have a look. Eight of Cups. I think you've lost a lot of friends along the way with this, and people have really been putting up barriers, and you may have put up a lot of barriers to access these friends as well. And you've got a sense of nostalgia about what was, you know, and there's a very much a sense of like, now I'm a grown adult and I can step over this fence, but I'm so scared to do that. Like it's like, playing outside the lines for too long has actually made you afraid, okay? Playing outside the box that you perhaps grew up in, or the box that you, like, your family kind of had an impression on you or like a, see how I'm getting so like confused by not confused, but like my heart's racing. I feel for you so much. There's a lot of tension in this situation. Like it feels heavy. Even my hands holding the cards, like it feels heavy. Very like visceral response coming through here. And I think that you thought that you were like a grown up now and you could make your own decisions and like, you know, be fierce and be bold. But there is a sense of like, I miss the innocence of what could have been here. How is Sagittarius going to overcome this situation? I think you can step back over that fence, you know, and it's not a white picket fence. You don't have to, it doesn't mean that you have to keep going, you know, living inside the square. You can still like play outside the lines. You actually have all the resources that you need, Sagittarius. You're an expansive sign, like I was saying before, and you like adventure, okay? But it feels like you've pushed it too far. Now, what you can do is you set your own bandwidth, okay? You set your own boundaries in life. If you're dressing a certain way and acting a certain way and listening to music that is a certain type, and you're like, not stereotyping yourself, but you're playing with all facets of your being and of your expression, then you're allowed to go, okay, I'm out here, and then you're allowed to go, too far, I feel uncomfortable, and just step it in a little bit. It doesn't mean you have to stay in the box that someone else wants you to be in, or that society wants you to be in, okay? There's a sense of heartbreak here, of like maybe that you've hurt yourself in the process, but I think this is why you understand that you need to mend this. There's like a knitting needle to repair the little heart here. There's a sense of that innocence that you want to come back to. There's a sense of possibly even like a childhood dream, okay? Healing the inner child wound here. And perhaps that's what like inspired you in a way, activated you into acting out this scenario. You had a lesson to learn here, okay? And I think that the lesson is that you're remembering what you truly want and also who you truly are. The sun energy is Leo, but it's obviously fire energy, as well as the Four of Wands. So a lot of fire energy. You're remembering who you are, Sagittarius. Look, there's mending that needs to happen. Maybe even coming back to some childhood friends, coming back to those who have been loyal to you. You've got the King of Pentacles in reverse. Like this isn't about money anymore for you, okay? And maybe that situation that you engaged in, whether it was a relationship or like I said, a platform, or a job, okay, that you partook in, you're actually wanting to take the blindfold off about this situation, and you're wanting to be really honest with yourself and say, do you know what? It's not about money anymore. It's not about setting myself up this way. This is not the way I want to do it. I actually want to have a higher level commitment with someone. I want to have a happy relationship. I want to be happy and confident within myself as well. Okay. So what else are they doing? What else is Sagittarius doing to overcome this? Yeah. There's the Ten of Cups. That's what you want. That's what you want to focus on, okay? But this is what you're doing. You're walking away. You're putting the burdens down. You're saying no. You're protecting yourself. You're stepping out of the spotlight momentarily to protect yourself. And to protect yourself from people who do not have your best interests at heart. And you're going to mend and heal, okay? I feel like we need to get some of these cards out on this situation. What else is at play here, Spirit? The Runner. Okay, yeah, I just heard like, it's a sense of like running away from home. Okay, so I feel like I've got to have a trigger warning on this friggin' reading, honestly. And then healing heart, right there, healing heart, okay? I think that this maybe has to do with something in your childhood where you're just like, I wanted to run away from everything that I had grown up around. I wanted to run away from or rebel from the perfect life, or I wanted to run away from something that wasn't perfect, and I wanted to actually find the relationship. I wanted to find the family dynamic that actually supported me and my interests and allowed me to be free and carefree and innocent, okay? And so I think that you're really starting to see this lesson for yourself. You're really starting to reorient the hurt and reorient your behavior, okay? You're healing your heart by stopping, not running anymore, and really, really facing some heavy stuff here. And how does this relate to love? Look, if it's a relationship that you engaged in, knowing full well or hoping that it would be more. This is not your fault, Sagittarius. I really just want to say that. This is not your fault. This was some kind of addiction. This was some kind of obsession. And I think we all have to have different levels of toxicity in love and relationships so that we learn from it. We all have these experiences. Like, we really do. I think you're one of those rare people that are going to have such an experience and so much power to alchemize this experience and alchemize this pain and turn it into something else, okay? Turn it into something so, so beautiful because you went to the deepest, darkest depths of your soul, okay, and your existence. You played it out for a while and you realized it wasn't for you, and you came back stronger and better for the things that you actually want, for the happiness, the family, the possible wedded bliss, okay, that you actually wanted. And that doesn't define, like, it doesn't define you. Your past does not define you, Sagittarius. What matters is what you're actually creating and what you're working towards next. And do you know what? You've got a damn good story to tell. That's what I get. You've got a damn good story to tell. You may have actually even lost out financially in this situation, and it hurts even more because you're like, what the heck was it all for then? You know, what the heck was it all for? It's almost like your inner child really was sounding the alarm for you, because although it felt mysterious and it felt like taboo, and it felt like an awesome escape into the underworld for a while, you want to come out of the dark, okay? You want to come out of the sense of struggle that it actually like left you with. You've got a lot of drive, okay? You're using that fiery energy, like I said, to alchemize this situation. You've got a lot of drive to change this situation. What else is the advice here for Sagittarius? And I think someone is really going to love you for who you are. Not I think, I know someone is really going to love you for who you are. You're the truest expression of yourself. Your authentic self is what is going to attract people to you, okay? And look, I feel like there is something where I feel like you are kind of meant to be in the spotlight. So you weren't entirely wrong. There's very much that energy of you weren't entirely wrong with your decisions and the choices that you made and the avenues you went down. I actually think there might be a better way for you to be on stage, whether it's through music or dance or, you know, even like setting up situations like that, setting up festivals. Yeah, it just feels like there's a more authentic version of you that will get the attention in the spotlight that you deserve, and then will get the reward that you deserve, okay? If we turn the Six of Wands around and we turn the King of Pentacles around, you're getting what you want because of your passions and because of those being seen by the right people at the right time, okay? You're being celebrated for who you are. And with that, you actually create something that is so much more stable, so much more grounded. It might be a slow and steady progress. And you know what? Ending this situation might speed things up a bit, okay? It could be a year because it's like a lap around the sun. It could be within 4 months, things start to like really shape up. And then in 10 months, it's like, okay, now we're seeing some real progress here, okay? So it's that might be, or even Leo season, okay? No matter when you're watching this. All right, you've got drive and then ride and then red. Okay, so a lot of fiery energy here and a lot of like getting on your bike and getting as far away from this as you possibly can. Okay, that putting distance between this and literally running away for a better reason. Okay, running away from the toxicity is actually going to help you to heal. Putting distance between is going to help you heal so that you can step into that authentic fiery energy that you are, Sagittarius, and healing the heart, right? It's your heart's here all shrouded in darkness, all damaged, you know, scarred up, but it's going to be beating red, okay? It's like this has been the ride of your life because it's actually taught you so much about who you are, where your heart lies, and where to next. I just want to clarify if we can get a timeline. Whoa. Ask your angels. And that one went so flying. I don't even know if I can see it. Nope. What I'll do, I'll pop it in the comments, okay? So I'll pop it in the comments once this video is loaded, what that card actually was, because it wants your attention, but it doesn't want to be discussed right now. It could be something about the taboo energy. Okay, but I think that you have been tapping into your true self, and I think your higher self, not just your angels, okay? I think that maybe even some past loved ones, your spirit team in some way, but I'm strongly feeling like guidance from ancestors past have actually been tapping you on the shoulder and saying there's a better way to do this, babe. Okay, let's get some final advice out here for Sagittarius. You deserve better than this. You deserve better. You're going to take all these broken pieces of or all these solid blocks, right? And you're going to make something so incredibly beautiful and so incredibly strong. Look at the strength. Yeah. Take responsibility for your own happiness. Make the choices you respect, live the values you admire, and build the life you love. Build the life you love. Here's what you respect and value and admire. Okay. Wow. That could not be more succinct. Yeah, super specific, but I feel like there are other messages underlying. If you're in a relationship and it's like a long-term relationship and a marriage, this is just about discussing certain things and pulling away, like pulling away to heal yourself before you possibly come back together in this energy, okay? But if it isn't this, you don't want it, all right? So I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for being here, Sagittarius. Please let me know how this resonates in the comments below. Yeah, sending you so much love. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.